Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range, and I'm going to let Ed take over because he researched this gun, and then I'm going to shoot it. There you go.
Hey everyone. Gun we're going to talk about today is the Glock Model 24. Now, a lot of the stuff about and when he said researching it, he's not kidding. I looked through a lot of stuff about the Glock 24. I've owned this particular one for a while, and there is a lot of contradictory and misinformation and just downright lies probably told about this particular gun for some reason. So let's just basically go over the history. As you remember, we did a video about the Glock 17L in 9mm. Well, this is kind of the 40 caliber equivalent of that. This is a 6-inch barrel gun. Actually 6.02 inches long. This particular one has standard, little adjustable sights on it. Basically just a basic standard gun, except it's got this part, which I'll talk about in a minute. So, the main use for the 24, when it was in widespread usage, particularly was shooting in USPSA shooting, etc. But eventually they decided to kind of outlaw the 17L and the 24 because, well, they wouldn't fit in the box. And the box in USPSA is a little box. And this gun was too big to fit in the box. And so they said, no, you can't use it. This is how the Glock 34 and Model 35 kind of came into being, which is essentially the same gun, but with just a slightly shorter barrel. So, here's a few interesting facts about the 24. One is that if you go to the internet and you look at all these, as I was saying about all the different opinions about this gun, I looked on a couple of different websites, and this is how they describe it. Time of production, question mark to present. So some places they can't even really agree what year they even introduced this gun. There are probably about 3 variations of this gun. This is as you can see, a non-compensated model with no compensator flutes in the barrel. There are 2 different types of compensated barrel. One just like a little squiggly mark, and the other kind of looks like the bottom of a happy face. So as I said, there's some kind of weird contradictory stuff about this. For instance, they say, well, they don't make it anymore. Then the other people say, well, they make about 500 a year. I've heard that one quite a bit. The other is that, there are plenty of them. Just go on Gunbroker and look. Yes, you will find a few of these on Gunbroker. The price of this gun varies widely. I've seen these sold for 4 fingers per used one. I've seen pretty nice ones sold for about 10 fingers. So it's kind of one of those, well, just depends on what someone wants to pay for it. Are they kind of rare? Yeah, actually they're kind of one of Glock's harder to find guns. Personally, I kind of like it. And I'm not a big 40, like Richard, I'm not the biggest 40 S&W fan in the world. In fact, this is the only 40 S&W I owned. But it's my favorite, just simply for that reason. It's a very nice gun, very nice in the hand, shoots well, good ergonomics, just like Glock. So, as I said, lots of misinformation about this. Here is also something there's a lot of misinformation about. You'll notice this little brass piece in the bottom here. You can see how it's attached. It goes through the little drain hole here in the for the lanyard. Pops in there, rivets down, and they're nice and secure. And they call this the slug or the Seattle slug. Now, there's 2 opinions about this. One is this was made for law enforcement so that you could use the end of this against glass or tempered glass to break it or spider web it. I would not recommend doing that at all, considering you're holding it. And for goodness sakes, you don't reverse it and do it either. What this is really for is to put additional weight to the back of the gun so that the gun stabilizes better. Because normally, of course, you have less weight here toward the back than you do with this big piece of brass in here. So as I said, it's a really interesting gun. I like it. I kind of enjoy shooting it. It's got an interesting, if kind of varied history. As I said, it's all over the place. But George is down there looking around. We'll turn this over to George here in just a minute. I can see him down there.
You ready for me?
I'm ready for you. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. So, 15 rounds.
All right then. There we are. Let's give this thing a try. It is a 40, which normally a 40 caliber gun is operated by people of a alternative lifestyle. Let's say that. Let's get that in there. I'm going to give it a whirl. It's got a 6-inch, 5-inch barrel. It's long barrel, let's put it that way. So I'm going to try it out on the steel. I'm going to try it out on steel at 25 yards and see what happens. Steel at 25 yards. And it seems to like to hit it. Yep. I think got a big crack in it now. And sometimes it don't want to ring just exactly right. Now, we shoot 40s at work. And I think the 40s that we've got are, well, they're about this long. I don't like the recoil parameter of them. They tend to want to kick a little harder. This one's kind of like feels about like a 9mm 1911. Yeah. So, it's a little big for a defensive gun, but it's all right. It has an oversized slide release on it, which is helpful. Somebody may have put that on there. It's all right. Pretty cool gun. Glock 24. The big longin'. Nice sights. White outline U-notch rear. And white dot front. Easy to pick up. You know, looks good down there. Nice gun. All right then, there's the old Glock 24 review with quite a bit of history, and he did the research, so I'm like, he's going to do the talking. All right then, like, take, share, fire, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me a $1 in the Patreon bucket if you want to. And if you don't, I'll keep right on making content for you as long as I can stand to do it. Like that. God bless America. God bless each and every one of us. God bless Donald Trump. Join the NRA. We really need them now. And we got rid of old Wayne Pete LaPierre guy there, and nobody's got anything to complain about. Of course, I never complained anyway, because I don't care how many shiny suits that guy had or how many trips he took. The NRA will take him to court. Take him to the Supreme Court if necessary. Okay, and shut them down. Nobody else will. All right then. Love your neighbor, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now. 40 at long range. Let's see what happens. Take it away.
Okay. In case you're wondering, the ammo we're using is MagTech 180 grain full metal jacket flat tip. And we're shooting at the circle. no got worth a darn.
Put me about 6 in that thing, let me try.
Sure. A long time since I've done any of this.
This what, Keith, this is what we used to do all the time.
Yeah.
Remember that day Ian Vanderwall, we was at 125 yards and Ian was shooting that 6-inch steel target with a star BM?
Yes, I do.
Just nailing it every time.
I've had my 38 Super. I know a little better. 6 rounds.
I never miss an opportunity to make a fool out of myself on camera. Good move?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Not hear anything. Still fun.
I mean, a good one in my 1911 9mm, but you know, I shoot it all the time too.
I can do it with a 17L better.
Well, there it is. If you think you can do better, make a video. We'll see y'all.